So now it's time to start doing our pin cuts. All we need for this is a shop stop, our pin piece of wood here, and exactly the same template we were using before. Now, before we used the B cuts to cut the tails. Now we're going to be using the red A cuts to cut the pins. So first of all, we want to take the fence right up against the bit. You can see this isn't going to work at all, so we have to come back over to the scale here and slide it until we come to the first A cut where the router bit is coming out from the side of the fence. And that for this series of cuts is, we just take a look here, 9A. So that's going to be our first pin cut. Now what we have to do, I'll just take you to the shop stop here. The shop stop has to sit as close to, we'll just spin this router bit around a little bit, my hand here, be careful of your fingers. Okay, the shop stop has to sit as close, for our first series of cuts here, it has to sit as close to the router bit as possible without touching it. And there it is there, it's sitting, if we look here at our cursor here, it's sitting at around about 148, 149. Okay, so we can lock that now into place. So I'll put the camera back on the stand, and that's all there is to setting up the tail cuts. It's extremely simple. Okay, put it up on the stand and let's make some cuts. Okay. Okay, so there are our 3 cuts there. Now we just have to see how this fits. Very nice tight fit. It's ever so slightly high. Yep, I think what we'll do is we'll just take a little bit off that, and so to do that there is just a matter of moving the shop stop a little bit out. So just loosen that a bit. We can use the micro adjuster here, and that, and there it is. Okay. Okay, what we can do now is, because we've got this already organized, we can make that cut and then just flip the board around and make the other cuts. Okay. And there you have a perfect dovetail joint on both sides. And it was really that simple. Okay, just one thing to think about. I'll undo this again. When you're feeding the piece of wood into the router bit, the natural pull of the bit wants to really rip the piece of wood out of your hand. You have to hold it quite tightly and feed it in gently so that you don't get any tear out on the end grain of the wood. But those are absolutely perfect. Yep, a good job.